B.K. Shivani has captured the imagination of millions of people in her native India and across the world. Now she is bringing her unique blend of lighthearted humor and profound spiritual understanding to the U.S., the Caribbean, and Panama.
Are we ready to create a peaceful world?
Tickets are free for all these events, but registration is required. To reserve your seats, just visit the website, or you can scan the QR code on the screen.
Welcome to the next normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. We're looking forward to our beautiful Sister Shivani visiting us here on the East Coast, Atlanta, South Carolina, Florida, I think Asheville, North Carolina, and she's also going to go to Panama. So if you know any friends and individuals in that area, please feel free to invite them to the session. I'm sure they'll truly enjoy her presence, but the message. I'll be actually emceeing the segments in Atlanta, Asheville, North Carolina, South Carolina, and so I'll be also looking very forward to seeing you. Today's conversation is on the rhythm of life. It's actually my alarm that I wake up with every morning at 3:45 in the morning. There's a song by Olita Adams, which speaks about the rhythm of life, which is really a life of love and peace and harmony. But when we're not in that rhythm, how things become a little chaotic. And while I was in meditation today, I was just thinking about even if I'm in the rhythm of my own life, and is the rhythm of life also surrounding me in terms of relationships, finances, health, situations, circumstances, and we could always do better. Always. We could always do better, I tell you. And that's the rhythm of life. It keeps giving you seasons of change. The seasons keep changing in your rhythm. And there comes a point in time where you will end up in a season where it feels like it's just spring for you. Everything is just working out. The people around you are happy. They're evolving and they're also growing in their own power. It's kind of like being a mother or father in a home, and you have like 5 children, and each child comes with different personality traits. But you don't try to make them what you are. You look at their strengths and you look at their challenges, and then you keep directing them where their strengths are, to help them to evolve and grow. Some children will argue and fight with you and push you aside, and some will just completely run away. Some will, maybe say, yes, I believe it. Mom, show me the way. Can you guide me? It all depends on the individual and their own part. Every soul on the planet has their own individual part to play. But what fascinates me about my rhythm in life is this energy in me that I don't know where this recording came from. It must have come from Baba, or maybe my own journey throughout my many, many lives. But I have the ability to see the potential in people. And I don't know if it's because I can see my own potential, but I can see where their potential lies. And then when I'm using my energy, which is so important to me, to guide them in strengthening that capacity and that potential, when they really hook into that and you watch them grow and thrive, nothing gives you greater joy. But sometimes you're just not in rhythm. And maybe you made a wrong. Maybe you're looking at somebody differently. Maybe the person doesn't have the potential. Maybe they just don't have it in them and you made a mistake. And then you feel the rhythm of your life is coming off like there's a storm, there's a tornado, there's a hurricane, there's an earthquake going on in front of you, because the person isn't evolving, they're not understanding what is going on, what is happening, and then maybe you don't either. Because if you had used your discernment, wouldn't you recognize if the person has it or not? Or would you recognize what you need to do to evolve your life independent of anyone else? So the rhythm of life is very unique, because I have observed when I'm in my rhythm, my connection between I, the soul, and God, the supreme power, is awesome. There's nothing I can't do that won't work out. While we were in Europe, there were situations we'd find ourselves in, and I would tell the sisters, let's use Baba magic. Let's use Baba magic now. Just think of Baba. Baba's magic has to work. And I have to tell you, going and coming, we never had to pay for bags, which was very interesting. Something happened in their system that just created a glitch. And sometimes I ask myself that when I'm in the company of greatness, I surrender to that. Like I really listen. And I've had relationships with very great people. Some of them, there've been a lot of strain in these relationships, and I never felt I was ever in my rhythm when I was in their company. Maybe I wouldn't accept what they saw, or maybe I just couldn't climb to their level, or maybe there was something going on with them and me too. But I had to check into my own greatness. I had to look at what is God saying that I am. And it's always bigger than what a human being sees. And whenever I move into God's energy, Baba's energy, which is an energy of love and wisdom, there's like an innate wisdom that emerges in your personality when you turn your attention inside of yourself and you listen to Baba's vibrations and Baba's light. You listen and you feel it and you see it. When you come out, you're so in sync with who you are, what you're supposed to be thinking, and what you're supposed to be doing. For the last while, I've been on the medication, and my muscles are like working out in a gym, and every day you wake up, every time I sit, or if I lay down, whenever I get up, it's like I just came out of the gym. And every muscle aches from the top of my neck to the bottom of my feet, I tell you. And I walk like a 98-year-old woman with a cane. And it just cracks me up when I see myself getting up from a seat, and I just laugh inside, like, what has happened to you? You are not in your rhythm. And I observe that. And in my self-talk between I, the soul, and Baba and God, I'll talk to Baba and I go, what's going on? Am I losing my enthusiasm here? Daddy Janki used to tell us, she was the head of the Brahma Kumaris, she used to say, if you have any bodily pains, you're lacking enthusiasm. And I'm catching myself asking the soul of Jenna, are you losing your enthusiasm anywhere? Because your body aches from the top of your neck to the bottom of your feet. But mostly when I sit, whenever I'm getting up. If I'm walking and moving around, it's okay. After a while, it gets a little achy, but it's manageable. But it's only when I sit and then I get up, there aches. If I lay down and I get up, there aches. I'm not in the rhythm. I read a book by an author called Karen McCoy. It's called Spiritual Astrology. And I'm Pisces. My birthday is in March. And in the book it says that for Pisceans, if you have feet or ache trouble, you're off of your rhythm. You're off of your spiritual dignity, your spiritual power. And it came back in my mind, and that even though I'm taking a medicine and the side effects are that, I still feel like I have the power to overcome side effects. And so I've been telling the family, I just need more yoga power. I just need to be more in connection with the source in order to find my rhythm again. I'm not saying I'm not in full rhythm, but there are ultimate rhythms that are so compelling that everything flows, that everything is working for you. So some rhythms, give a lot of noise, chaos. Some bores you, some brings emotions into you, some create excitement or happiness in just listen to music and their rhythms, and how the way they've set their decibels and their algorithms, that they know how to let the sound go into your personality to have to hook you into it. It's the same thing with the soul. The soul has its rhythm, and when it's in its innate and powerful form, the rhythm is of harmony, of gratitude, love, purity, power. The rhythm is accentuated, it's high, but it's soothing. It's soothing to you, and it's soothing to your environment. When you are in rhythm with your own life, you don't pick up a lot of negativity, you don't see a lot of negativity, but even your own vibration, you don't even have to say anything to anyone. They will just know, because the peace and the purity and the harmony coming through you becomes a means of touching their conscience. And when the conscience gets touched because of the vibration, the rhythm they're feeling, they then make that change. They don't have to be told to change. Their conscience within comes to a self-realization. And when they alter their own experiences that they're carrying, then there's a flow of things. There's something very beautiful being played. There's a saying that your music is in you and you should let it be played. Don't turn it off. And so the games of the 5 vices, algae, anger, lust, greed, attachment, ego, man, that game will come in and distract you from playing your hero role every single second if you let it. There are moments in your life that you feel you're so right, but you're yelling at everyone. Mixture. It's like there's an inner frustration that you don't have the power, that they can't feel it to change. Number 2, you can feel like you don't have that yourself, so just shut up. Number 3, it could be that you're not using your discernment and they just don't have it. And what you are consistently sharing to help with creating a harmonized environment, a flourishing environment, it's just that your discernment is off and nobody can see it, nobody wants to. It's the same thing happening in the world. You've got some people on this side, some people on that side, some people up and down. Everyone is disconnected from the source. And when you are connected to God's energy, everything has a way of falling into place. It really becomes a sort of a rhythm that flows, that grows, becomes beautiful. This rhythm that we all carry once you tap into it, you're not going to want to let it go. But situations outside will come to you because there is a situation deep in your subconscious that you haven't addressed, maybe. Or perhaps there's a need for you to handle certain things in a particular way. It's individual, but you and I are responsible for our experiences. Nobody else. And when you can transform your nature on your own, you're a hero, you're a leader, you're in power. You have all rights to exist on the planet at the highest level. Because you don't let petty things ruin your attainments. Petty things. You gotta keep your focus and enjoy the sound and the rhythm of beauty. I just want beauty around me, peace and purity and love and progress and joy and newness and innovativeness and abundance and health and wisdom and intelligence and grace and spiritual integrity and spiritual power. Don't you? I think everybody wants something good out of life. But those 5 vices, algae just keeps us like stuck, pulled back. Whenever I look at algae, it's like this parasite that keeps eating away. And the rhythm that we play is one that you don't want to hear. Like heavy duty sounds that just don't make any sense. And the irony is that sometimes we get used to it. So I'd like us to do a meditation on the rhythm of life for one of our consistent participants on the Next Normal, one of our sweet sisters, Barbara. I think many of you have seen her when she makes her comments online. She called this morning that she's just had a kidney transplant. And so let us come together as the community that we are on Next Normal. And in this meditation, let's breathe in Barbara, the rhythm of her life, the rhythm of peace and healing. So let's take this moment for her. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Let your breath out send the wind of healing and health to Barbara now. Into you, Barbara. We come together sending Baba's rays of light, healing energy at this time for you. You know that the doctors and the nurses are doing their best to keep you strong and pain-free. And the soul of God's light is filling your soul with light to keep sending His healing vibrations to all areas of your body, but especially to the area of your kidneys. See everything falling into place beautifully, peacefully, and the new kidney adapting to its rhythm of life. Working effectively and flowing beautifully in the body. Let's hold a minute of deep silence for healing for our dear Sister Barbara. Take a deep breath in and out as we offered our healing glow and light to Barbara. We too were feeling that for ourselves, right? So Barbara, hang in there, and as we turn to our awakened intelligence, I'd be curious what it would say as to what is the rhythm of life. Let's take a look and see what it'll say. What is the rhythm of life? It refers to the natural recurring patterns or cycles that occur in our daily existence, often reflecting the balance between various aspects of life, such as work, rest, activity, and relaxation. These rhythms can be biological, like the circadian rhythm that governs our sleep-wake cycles, or they can be more metaphorical, relating to the balance we seek in our emotional and social lives. Understanding and harmonizing with the rhythm of life can lead to a more balanced and fulfilling existence, allowing individuals to flow with the natural cycles rather than to resist them. And what's interesting is if you look at your resistance level, that resistance or discomfort is your sign that you're not in your rhythm. So it's about finding and maintaining equilibrium in various aspects of life, aligning with the natural pace and flow of existence to enhance our overall well-being. Beautiful. Thank you, AI. Now let's move to our beautiful Sister Gita and Barbara. Let Sister Gita's vibrations of peace flow through you and heal you and make you stronger than ever before. Let's go to the Sister Gita effect.
Original peace. It is not necessary to search for peace because it is within. Your original state is one of peace. External situations will pull you away from your peace. This one is doing this. This one is not doing this. If that is, you let them in, and your internal feelings can also pull you away. Tiredness, for example, leads us into irritability. Learn to be in charge of yourself and maintain your peace. Center your awareness on your spiritual form, which is a tiny star. It's a star-like point of light seated in the middle of your forehead. Really experience the difference between you, the sparkling star, and your body, the physical car, so to speak. Learn to detach yourself from the vehicle. Even a few moments of this practice, if done regularly, will return you to your natural state of peace. Tiredness will vanish, irritability too, and your actions will be filled with love for the self and for others. Peace is your original state. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Sister Gita. Today's Aviak signal, which we offer every time we're on air. Today's focus is on to tie the true Rakhi, which is the celebration that we do in the Brahma Kumaris and also in Hinduism, where the sister ties a Rakhi on her brother's wrist for protection. Here we tie the Rakhi of purity to remind us of our connection to God that purifies us and protects us. So to tie the true Rakhi of purity means to be victorious over the 5 vices, even in your thoughts. Waste thoughts give birth to anger and lust. That is, any type of wasteful vision on any soul would not be said to be purity. What a deep point, huh? So surrender always thoughts out of love for God, and you will be led to victory. Wow. Just imagine that in our world today, and even in our political realm, and just in families as well, to have that understanding. So let's go online and say hello to all of our friends, and I hope you guys, I think you're pressing the like thing, or you can do this or this, so keep pressing that, and they say keep sharing it. So hi Manmohan and Jackie, good to have you back on. Dinesh, Om Shanti, Rashmi, good morning. Indu, Richa, nice to have you. Joanne, Kambili, Lilawati, Yukti. And Richa said, it's practice. Once we learn to stay in our rhythm, we enjoy it, and the people around me as well. Very lovely. Jenna says, Om Shanti, a beautiful way to end the day from where I am, listening to your wonderful thoughts. You're so welcome, Jenna. Gigi, good morning. Om Shanti. Hi, Faith. Hi, Madhavi. Nice to see you on board today from Hyderabad. Hi, Samantha, Tamil. And Sensen, was good to have you on the Global Coherence Pulse program a few days ago. Thanks to the Olita Adams song idea. I'm going to work with it, yes. Hi, Dr. Madhavi. Sentil Bai, good morning. Hope to see you soon. Tulasi Ben, Kushali, Raj Barduli. Boy, I think I messed that up. But Raj says, balance of body and mind is important to be in rhythm. Hi, Chris Starr from back in the day, Dr. Chris Starr. Beth Ayers, nice to have you. Cindy Stuber, praise and healing for you, Barbara. Seed says, personal rhythm is being in your unique flow. I love it. Thank you. Anchal Singh says, sending warm healing vibes to you, Barbara. Get well soon. You're very energetic and full of life. Looking forward to seeing you soon in OSV. Thank you, Anchal, for those good wishes. So Richa, Dr. Star, and Gigi, and everyone, thank you so much for joining on. And we wish you all the very best in everything that you're doing. And just remember to increase your love. Just practice loving everybody the same. Take care. Meditation, intimate experiences with the divine through contemplative practices. A common sentient series by Sacred Stories Publishing. The quieter you become, the more you're able to hear. Rumi. A time to choose. We find ourselves right now in the age of great transformation, one of the most consequential moments in human history. These are indeed the times that the great prophets and seers throughout the millennia have spoken about. Mankind has experienced and survived many eras of tremendous change, of course, yet with each turn of the spiral, the permutations become more amplified, as if there will be one final revolution of the cycle that turns it all around, so we can start anew once more.